Ladies and gentlemen, on the phone with me now, one of the so-called godfathers of desert rock, member of Fatso Jetson, Yawning Man, a host of others, and an entrepreneur, Mr. Mario Lalli. Thank you for being on the show with me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
This is the SST night, so I'm going to start a little bit about your stint in SST and how you got started. I believe this was when you opened for Black Flag at Rhythm and Brews.
Yeah, well, technically it wasn't Black Flag. It was the Great Gin Band.
Oh, okay.
And I had by that time seen Black Flag many times, and pretty much grown up on all the great music that SST was putting out. We got started with a connection with those people when I first moved from the desert, the Coachella Valley. I moved up to Los Angeles fresh out of high school, and I was in a band called Across the River, and we used to practice at SST Records, and obviously, kind of got to know the guys there, and we ended up playing a couple shows that were put on by SST. They were called SST Fests, and we did one of our first live recordings was a show called the Malibu County Line Party. It was with it was actually Firehose's first performance on the West Coast. We played with them and Lawndale and Saccharine Trust, and that was our first recording where we signed a contract with SST, but nothing ever came of it. And it was recorded by Phil Newman from Painted Willie. He's the bass player in Painted Willie, another SST band. It was a live recording. All the bands were recorded that night, but we nothing ever came of the recording. And then years later, quite a few years later, this Malibu County Line Party was in 1984 and 85 maybe, and we opened Rhythm and Brews in 94. So in between that time, we were performing a lot with Across the River. Was performing a lot with St. Vitus, which was a SST band, DC3, which was Does Cadena from obviously from Black Flag and SST alumni there, and we were all bros with those guys and performed a lot with them. And me and my cousin Larry started years back promoting generator parties and gigs at little bars and restaurants and pool halls in the desert, and we were always bringing down SST bands. We brought down Always August. We brought down Swa, Sylvia Juncosa, just Painted Willie, a bunch of different bands. Bazooka played at our a number of times. So we had this ongoing relationship with those guys. And the night we played with Greg, he really enjoyed it, and we started talking about possibly putting out a record at that point. And that's kind of when we started our official recording connection with SST Records. Yeah.
As Fatso Jetson, did you have any large aspirations, or is it pretty much a hobby, or what did you want Fatso Jetson to become?
One thing about us, probably a problem, is that we were never career-minded musicians. It was always a means of expression and something we did for the love of it. We, unfortunately, it just seemed like any opportunities that ever arose for us as a band, as far as touring and really trying to work at it, we were tied down by running our own business. And when our first record came out on SST, we were running a rock and roll club in Indio, we managed to get out and do a couple little trips with Caius. We would make little jaunts to San Francisco, and we went and played South by Southwest, and we'd go to San Diego all the time and stuff like that. But we just never could really work it, you know, because we had gotten head over heels in running our own business, and remains the same today. We never stopped playing music. We took a break from recording and releasing records, just out of, you know, not really the time to do it. But well, I don't know. We never had any aspirations other than creating music and playing, and just getting off on that was our means of expression. Our, you know, kind of that's how we live and breathe. Is music. Making a living is another thing, and I'm sure, you know, every band in every town can share that,
right,
sentiment. So, you know.
Over the years, you've been a 3-piece and a 4-piece with Brant Bjork and Gary Arce, and now you're with Vince, who is also in Bazooka. And is that how you got together?
Yes, it is, actually. We formed a relationship with them coming down and playing, and we also had a lot in common musically. We invited Vince to play on our Power of Three recording. He came and played harmonica and flute, and didn't join the band because we were still living in the desert and he was living in Los Angeles and touring pretty extensively with Bazooka. Those guys really worked hard and were always on tour. And when we moved to Los Angeles, we moved up here primarily in about '02, I believe, to open another restaurant up here in L.A. And being close to Vince, we just took advantage of the proximity to get him involved and expand the sounds and the experience. And and we've been playing with him ever since.
And it's been a good relationship.
Yeah, we're just a gang of ruffians now. We all identify with each other musically and creatively, and it's just been a great thing.